So now may I request Dr. Tri Thanh to kindly deliver the special address and the special guest for the evening.
I don't know. His Excellency Ambassador Pham Sanh Chau, I would like to thank you for kind introduction. I am not so important. Good afternoon, everybody. He asked me, that's my problem, because he asked me to talk about Vietnam within 15 minutes. So, I don't know, but I just try to give the answer to that one question, right? Why is Vietnam? Why you need to interested in Vietnam? Why maybe you are interested in put money in Vietnam, right? So basically I talk about three things. One is Vietnam is a country of change. Second, Vietnam is a country of deep integration, maybe much deeper than India, sorry about that. And the third one, Vietnam is a country of opportunities for doing business. So that's a three thing within 15 minutes. Next, please. Okay, now Vietnam is a country of change. We launched Doi Moi renovation more than 30 years ago. And what changed in Vietnam over the last 30 years? Four things. Number one, before we were a very poor country. 70% of Vietnamese live under the poverty line. But now we become the middle income country. Only 5% under the poverty line. And you can observe the emerging, like in the case of India, middle class, right? Particularly in the big city. With His Excellency and Miss Ha, they belong to middle class, not me, right? I don't know. Number two, before in the early 90s, more than 40% of GDP, Vietnam accounted by agriculture sector, but now 85% contributed to GDP. There's services and manufacturing. So very much services manufacturing oriented, maybe look like India. Right? Number three, Vietnam before very close economy. We have trade investment only with the socialist, former socialist country. Now Vietnam become one of the most open economy in the world. I think much more open than India. If you look at the ratio of trade to GDP, Vietnam now more than 200%. I have to say trade between Vietnam and India only 11 billion US dollar. That's just more than 2% of our total trade. Our total trade about 500 billion US dollar, right? And FDI become the integral part of our economy. 70% of our export, 50% of our industrial production, 25% of our investment, right? More than 20% of our GDP. That's all about FDI sector. I take one example, Samsung, right? Vietnam become the global base production for the Samsung. For each about 4.5 billion US dollar export, $1 by Samsung. So very, very open economy. And last but not least, maybe most important, we are central planned economy. We are now very market-based, very open economy. If you in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, you can see different Vietnamese are quite different from me, right? Because they try to make money everywhere, right? Very business oriented, right? So there's four the key changes, but that's not the end of our history. Next, please. The achievement very outstanding, but not so impressive. We have now many problems. Low quality of economic growth, right? Very much rely on competitive advantage, low cost of labor, natural resources. Doing business in Vietnam, transaction cost in some cases is high. We involve deeply in the production network, but we stand at the bottom of the value-added creation, right? And the linkage between FDI and local firm, SME, not so close, and spin-over, technology spin-over, skill transfer is quite limited. And we also have a problem, social problem, income gap, right, and also environment. We sacrifice a lot for environment. So that's why we look forward. Next, this. So idea is, we would like to change the way of development. And three things most important for Vietnam now to move forward. One is the private sector development, right? We have billionaire, but 98% maybe like India, SME, MSME, very small. The second, there's innovation. Vietnam now talk a lot about IT, talk a lot about digital economy, talk a lot about the fourth industrial revolution, right? And the third one, and the most important, institutional reform, right? Whatever the case, we continue to do that. No one in Vietnam, even Mr. High Excellency Pham Sanh Chau, you cannot stop reform in Vietnam. You cannot. No one. So that's the first thing I will say. The second one, Vietnam is the country of integration, very deep integration. Not just about the figure of trillion FDI. Vietnam now joined 16 FDIs together with the WTO, right? But not just about 16 FDIs. But if you look at the 16 FDI on the major market in the world, on the key investor in the world, in that 16 FDI, right? US, of course, now withdraw from TPP, so North America, European continent, Russia, China, Japan, Korea, ASEAN, and many others involved in the 16 FDIs. So if you play the game with Vietnam, right, that's mean easier for you to play business, to do business with the major market in the world, right? Because we have FDI, you know, right? ASEAN, Nordics country. The second, if you look at the 16 FDIs, that's not just about the rules of game, right? Rule-based trade policy, but that's about cooperation. 16 FDI cover measure our partners, and nearly all they are our comprehensive, whether comprehensive or strategic, some comprehensive strategic partner, like India, right? We have ASEAN India FTA, and we now ASEAN under negotiation, ASEAN plus 6. And India also our comprehensive strategic partner. That means we play the game, rely on the rules of game like FDI, legal framework, contract. At the same time, we play the game with our heart, cooperation, right? So that's today, right? So that's about the way we try to integrate deeply in the world economy. Why we join high quality FDIs like TPP, CPTPP, Vietnam EU FDI? We hope that concluded already, but we hope both inside in about 2 months, right? European continent and Vietnam. That's a very high quality FDIs, right? The thing very simple. Number one, next. Okay, that's next. Number one, of course, we would like to expand our export, expand our trade, expand our many economic activities. The second, we would like to attract investment, especially FDI. As I mentioned, Vietnam are like the hub for doing business. And the second, we are now shift to the new policy of attracting FDI. In short, I would like to say, before we focus on the volume of FDI, money, more money coming in Vietnam. But now together with money, we focus on the quality of FDI. What we mean by the quality of FDI, that means more technology-based, more innovation-based FDI. FDI should have the good linkage, forward, backward linkage with our local firm, especially SME, right? For the good transfer of technology, skill, and last but not least, there's FDI very environmental friendly, right? We have many cases not good, right? So that's two very important things why we try to sign FDI. But the most important, not about trade, not about FDI, about institutional reform, right? Because sometimes we have to comply with the commitment. We have to implement the high quality of commitment. So that means we have to reform our institution. Particularly related to the high quality of it. If you look at the CPTPP, more than 30 chapters, but most chapters not about trade directly, about the behind the border regulation, procurement, e-commerce, IPR, labor standard, environmental standard, SOE, state-owned enterprises, competition, right? So all that's about the behind the border regulation. So that's about the institutional reform. So that's the key. Of course, one secret, the fourth one, I never mentioned in the presentation, political reason. Vietnam tried to balance between the power. And FDI partnership is one key direction for Vietnam to balance power. Talk about China, talk about US. We shake the hand with both, right? Okay. So that's the second thing. Why Vietnam is a country of deep integration. And the third one, Vietnam is a country of opportunity for doing business. Next, please, next. 5 minutes, next. Okay, before next. So thanks to FDI, we change a lot, WTO also, we change a lot of our legal framework, including the law of enterprise, including the law of investment. Before the year 2004, we have two laws of investment, one domestic, one FDI. Now we have one law, investment. The idea is one level playing field. And the second, we have an approach like under the CPTPP that's follow negative list, not the positive list approach. So except few sector, except some sector, there in services with condition, basically we open all sector. You can have 100%, right? Manufacturing, for the banking sector, right? You can have establish a branch 100%. And many people talk about why is Vietnam for doing business. We have strategic geopolitical position in the Asia Pacific. We have very young population, 60% under 35 years old. In Vietnam, I am not good. I am too old to do business, but I am too young to be politician, right? Not good. But we have big market, 100 million people with a growing middle class, young population. Investors, they look at China plus one investment strategy, one ASEAN, but among ASEAN, Vietnam, the key. Like South Korea, they have a southern policy, and they look at India and ASEAN, and among ASEAN, they look at most important Vietnam and Indonesia, right? So that's the southern policy of Korea. But all this one important. But most important, as I mentioned before, Vietnam continue reform. Right? The base, the scope may be different, but if you ask Vietnamese, 99% enterprise, 99% population support reform, support integration. Right? Even those sectors negatively influenced by integration, they support integration. Right? There's no one. Okay, nice. And over the last few years, the government try to improve business environment. You can look at this somehow improve in terms of business, doing business indicator developed by the World Bank and many others. Of course, still problem. Wage in Vietnam increased quite fast, right? Compared to the labor productivity. Next, right? That's one on the one. And right now, for example, tariff for electricity, Vietnam low compared to other ASEAN countries, but because we continue to subsidize, for a few years, we now gradually increase the tariff. Together, we try to make the electricity market to be more competitive, right? But here, electricity generation now already very much of competition. But for the transmission, for retail distribution, we have the set the target by 2020 that market become much more competitive. Okay, nice. Okay, Vietnam is not just about trade, export, not just about comparative advantage. So people talk about textile garment, footwear, furniture, those aquaculture, rice, coffee, we are top in the world. That's comparative advantage. And thanks to the FTA integration, you can see the boom, right? Just take one example. 2 years ago, export of textile garment, $27 billion US dollar. Last year already $40 billion US dollar, and this year maybe $45 billion US dollar. So they take advantage of the FTA integration. That's about comparative advantage. A lot of FDI go into that sector. Those next, please. But that's not about the FDI. FDI, that's about the consumption market. Like the ASEAN, 500 million, half middle class, right? So you think about those services support the consumer. Entertainment, tourism, education, healthcare. Education, healthcare, very interested by American investor, right? Pharmacy, India have very strong in pharmacy. There's some investment in Vietnam already, right? So that's all the sector, distribution. Very competitive now. Very many investors interested. If you're in Vietnam, all the key distributor retail already in Vietnam. On IICCI, many other Lotte, on the already. And that's about the production network, particularly for the SME supporting industry. You can see the Samsung, many production network led by the TNC, and the Vietnamese, and some foreign SME can join the production network. And that's why Vietnam over the last 5 years, we try to have policy to support the supporting industry. And in Vietnam, services to support the TNC, also very big market. I tell you one story. If you're in Samsung factory in one province in Vietnam, you can see 2,000 Vietnamese bodyguards. Right? They hire. So their services support that Samsung. Right? And very big business. So that's not just about supporting component on the thing, but also services. Next. And infrastructure, real estate, right? We have a shortage like India, infrastructure, under development. So that's why we need that. We look at the OBOR, BRI, we look at the high quality infrastructure initiative by Japanese. We involve in ASEAN EMPA, master plan, and blueprint for the APEC, right? And together with infrastructure on the real estate sector, right? And many investors now involved in that through the MA, merge acquisition. Last year, I think merge acquisition for the real estate in Vietnam about $4 billion US dollar. Japan, Hong Kong, some China, Taiwan, and I think that's a quite big opportunity, right? Real estate sector. And the last but not least, many new sector for Vietnam. Green development, green sector, right? Environment friendly, IT smart. We try to build up smart city. Many firms. Yesterday I have a meeting with some Vietnamese. They fly to Mumbai to have cooperation with the IT to develop smart house, right? The smart house also quite developed in Vietnam. So anything you can make them smart, right? Except government. Government already smart. So we talk about e-government, not the smart government, right? And the last but not least, that's why we related to startup. Vietnam now, because the tourism is very different, so we also try to develop the so-called creative industry. I think High Excellency Mr. Sanh Chau, he know about that. Creative, which movie, like Hollywood, in India, Bollywood, right? Very famous one. In Vietnam, my wife, every day, she spent 2 hours to see the movie. The underage, yes, more than 1,000 series. Spend 3 or 4 months, I don't know. Every day, India movie on the Vietnamese TV. Right, creative industry also quite, exciting for Vietnam. So at the end, I would like to see Vietnam at the point of turning point for development. Institutional reform, the key. Domestic reform and integration together. Go together. And why is Vietnam? Vietnam is a country of change. Vietnam is a country of integration. Vietnam is a country of doing business. Of course, a lot of challenges. But when you overcome challenge, exciting. Easy to do money. Easy money not good. Right? Hard money is good. So I stop here. Thank you. You can ask me any question except political sensitive question you can ask High Excellency. Thank you very much.